scoreboard gets updated. And here we go on the line for Team Freddie. That's the Destroyer. Number 10 in the black for Bowie is Rollermites. Destroyer goes down. Rollermite is out, lead active score. Now keep an eye on that pink pivot. Freddie, she is out and eligible to score. That's Lady Killshot. Both teams now have an eligible scorer. Rollermite entering the rear of the pack. He's going to go ahead, pass an opposing skater, and call off the jam. In USARS, you must pass an opposing blocker before you're eligible to call off the jam. Rollermite gives us a salute, and he's going to pick up some points.
Team 2 is the scorer in the last one.
Well, it looks like our black team is Team 2. And both jammers are out. We got ourselves a jammer race between Cuban Miss Ellie for Team Freddie. Who's that? And Princess Harley Quinn for Bowie. Now watch that pack. You do not want to be the caboose in the pack.
Nope. Don't make yourself a point. Get out ahead.
Cuban Miss Ellie manages to scrape off 1 point at the rear of the pack. That's going to be the first score for Team Freddie.
As Princess Harley Quinn tries to tell her scoring jammer, hey, I got a point, right? I got a point. Nope, not this time.
Kaya skates and juice wheels tested, innovated into juice wheels will let you grip and slide just when you need it.
And we've got Rockefeller jamming for Team Bowie.
That's Lady Killshot, already out. She's your active scorer. First out of the pack gives you the lead position. You can call it off as soon as you score some points. Those pivots working up front. You want to be up front if you are a pivot, so you can break and score if necessary.
And Orange Whip, the captain for Team Freddie, sees that pivot coming up, knocks them out, makes it so that they don't become the active scorer just yet.
Lady Killshot is through. That's a grand slam for Team Freddie. Very difficult to do here in USARS. That defense needs to be able to block multiple opponents, both the opposing jammer and the opposing pivot, while keeping that pack under control.
Team 2 is Bowie, Team 1 is Freddie.
So Team 1, Freddie, is going to go ahead and take the lead off that grand slam, bringing our score to 6-3.
Derby skins. Today is the day to beat you. Derby skins made in the USA. Athletic apparel.
That means sweat clothes. Delicious.
A couple of 934s on the start line. It's going to be Willow jamming for Freddie, Monster Maggie in the black jamming for Team Bowie. Black Star.
And we see our first penalty of today. Diva going to the notorious RED penalty box.
That's Willow, active scorer for Team Freddie.
And she's trying to catch up with Monster Maggie.
Now either the jammer or the pivot is eligible to break out of the pack for Team Bowie.
And I just want to give a shout out to those classic white jean shorts that Monster's got on today. That is a commitment to character.
Willow working her way through the pack. Looks like she has passed all of those Bowie blockers, Bowie skaters even. Another grand slam for Team Freddie. Team Freddie has taken the front of the pack, a dominating defensive position. A little spill over in turn 2. That pack will get away from you really quick if you don't get up in a hurry. Willow's going to go ahead and call off the jam. Might have been inbounds just before she went out of bounds. You must be inbounds, upright, and in play to call off the jam here in USARS.
You wouldn't block alone, so you shouldn't walk alone. Skate safe.
Freddie's Team 1, right?
Right, skates newly redesigned paradise area.
Let's get the team numbers right here. Team 1 and Team 2.
Yeah. Because otherwise, yeah.
That's Lady Killshot, I think, again for Freddie and Rollermite. going to be Rollermite versus Lady Killshot, your jammer battle in the rear. Those pivots want to stay at the front. Wrecking Bill's going to go ahead and recycle the Freddie pivot. That's going to allow Rollermite.
Cuban Missile is trying to get through as the Freddie pivot. She knows she can become the active scorer for her team.
And Freddie pivot has broken.
She does.
Rollermite, meanwhile, has glided his way through the pack quite handily. That's going to be 4.
And we saw those Egyptian arms. There we go.
Rollermite gonna slide his way through once again. That should be the full 5 and a grand slam.
Lady Killshot tried to be a blocker in that. He just slid on by.
That's gonna bring our score to a 1-point game, although Freddie is scoring in the pack with their pivot.
Ooh, Rollermite takes down one of the Freddie blockers.
90-second jams here in USARS. Rollermite's going to go ahead and call it quits. Good points for Team Bowie. Wait for the score to update. And looks like we got ourselves a 1-point game. 18-17. Team 2 is Team Bowie, and they are currently holding down the lead.
Rolla, the Italian-tailored skating experience that fits your needs since 1999.
That's a long time. That's a lot of years.
That was a lot of partying.
Energizer Bunny in black jamming for Bowie. That's Destroyer. She's out and active now for Freddie Mercury.
With a stash that strong, she's very for Freddie Mercury.
Team Freddie working their way toward the front of the pack. He's 56 in black. There's no 56.
556 G.I. Jones?
No, that's not him.
No.
Destroyer gonna glide around the outside. All that blocking assistance from Freddie at the front of the pack makes that an easy scoring pass. That pack is relentlessly quick, hard to keep up. A lot easier to drop back to help block than it is to push forward to get up there. Peter Pan, the Freddie pivot, working the brace up front, support. Destroyer goes down around the outside. He's going to go ahead and call off the jam after picking up that scoring pass. 1 point on that second try at it.
Rollercon wheels and nose bearings makes for a winning combination.
Wait, so who's pink 89? Because it's obviously not Val.
Right, I don't know.
Okay.
Brings our score to 22-18. Freddie is winning.
It is Willow jamming for Freddie. Bringing it all back to the 80s.
Genocide is the jammer of record for Bowie. The Black Star, if you will. Willow fell to the floor. She's going to have to try her way through board again.
And since neither jammer has gotten out, I think that both teams are feeling under pressure.
We got ourselves a lead scorer active. That's Willow for Freddie. Either player from the black team, Bowie. 2 opportunities to get out on offense, but looks like they're going to play some defense. Genocide there in the back with the star playing defense.
And Peter Pan turned around. He's facing the change.
Willow's through with a grand salami, 5 points for Team Freddie. Almost out of time on this game. And that's going to be the jam on time. 90 seconds are over, just the 5 points, a hard 5 points for Team Freddie. It's going to lift their total to 27-18. Once again, Team 2 is Bowie in the black. Team 1 is Freddie. Team 1 is number 1 currently. 27-18, 20 minutes remaining.
We've
Here.
got Cuban Missile coming up. becoming your active lead scorer.
Who's that?
I can't see the number.
So with a sizable half-track lead.
V-Diva has come through.
Somebody representing V-Diva.
As you can see, she's got a long way to go.
Scarlet
That
Danger.
pack is fast.
Whoa, there she goes. Cuban Miss L starts her way through that pack, picks up all available points on that scoring pass. Another 4 for Pink and Freddie, brings their total of 31.
Sin City States would like to thank Wicked Skatewear for letting us finally have some fun at RollerCon.
It wasn't before, but it is now, and we have them to thank.
Destroyer and Roller Might, BFFs back on that start line. Check out those pivots up at the front. That's Peter Pan and the 14 Div Fluid. That's a very critical position here in USARS. You want to control that pack defensively. Peter Pan doing the whole thing backwards. It seals off the front of the pack, allows Destroyer to get through. She's now your lead active scorer for Team Freddie. Either Rollermite or Div Fluid help them score. Peter Pan can go and let one of them go off the plate defensively. It's going to be Rollermite out on the jam. Wrecking Bill's trying to get to his teammates to make sure they keep that pack going. Rollermite made up significant ground. We'll see if he got any points. Yes, and they gave him 2 points in the back. However, Destroyer managed to get all 4 of them on the out of play up front. A 4-2 jam. That's going to extend Freddie's lead.
Zizou's mouth guards offer more protection with less mouth guard. Available here at the Wicked Skate Shop.
35-20. Not in one jam. That would be a record.
Princess Harley Quinn's jamming for Team Bowie.
Lady Killshot makes a quick look at that pack. He's lead and active. Now both jammers are jamming. They're still scorers though. This is USARS.
Don't stop them now.
Now an important mechanic here in USARS is that if a team can defeat the other team's pack defense and get to the front, they are the pack. Didn't come into play on that jam as Lady Killshot busts her way through. Another 4 points. We give out points here, right? Still points.
We do have points here.
Oh, okay. USARS isn't that different after all.
We could never end the game.
And there's something wrong with that?
You know, I gotta eat sometime.
Skating shirts, posters, bags, and high fives.
And on the Adam start line, that's Peter Pan, the USA Roller Derby skater. Fresh off the World Cup victory. We get support from his pivot, seal off that pack. Active score lead for Team Freddie.
That is a really good 2-person wall that is getting shucked aside by D-Ride or Die. D-Ride is just pushing up on the wall, shooting around, but the game is fast enough that is hard to move.
Out of play called up front. That's going to allow the Bowie jammer to get out, but Peter Pan already through. That's going to be 4. Thinking about calling it off, but sees that nice juicy jammer lap point ahead of her.
And Peter Parker was paying so much attention to the pivot, he forgot to pay attention to the jammers. And now we do have both jammers on the track for point scoring.
Yeah, but Peter Pan is a lap ahead. He's going to go and see what he can get more in that pack on a second run through it. Gonna take a swim move to the outside. Going to go ahead and call it off. Another 5 points. Team Freddie extends their lead now 48-20, halfway through this first half of play, as we have ourselves an official review on the track.
Skate States.
Rollermite not satisfied with that last jam, so he's going to be out there jamming again with the Black Star for Bowie. That's Cuban Miss L. star for Freddie. Pivot play up front as DeFleur tries to get past Destroyer. Rollermite with a little apex hop. Awarded active score. Destroyer had to hold up a little bit in order for the pivot to become active score, as she has activated now. She must be within the pack. You can't be sandbagging up there to get out of the pack. She's about a quarter track behind. Rollermite is going to come against a Freddie 3-wall. Not much time to work against it. Rollermite, 1 foot in the air. Makes it look like that wall wasn't even there. 4-0 jam.
Super Fit Heroes. Super Fit Heroes without question. The best leggings and now shorts and derbies. Skate like a superhero.
Very light game on penalties. I think I've only seen 1 or 2 penalties this entire game so far.
That's not bad. Princess Harley Quinn starts off with a block against the Freddie Jammer.
Little jammer on jammer action right off the bat. That's
just like a rubber level.
411. Who's 411 in pink? We don't have a 411. And Freddie Jammer is out. The Bowie pivot has activated.
I mean, look at this. It's practically a bicycle race.
Energizer Bunny pivoting and active soaring. And 411 for Freddie. Even more points. Looks like a deuce.
Super Grip International. This is the Super Grip booth for a skate checkout and minor repair order. That's Super Grip International.
Roseanne's 55-23.
Approaching 14 minutes left in this full 60-minute USARS Roller Derby game. G.I. Jones jamming for Team Bowie. He's out and active.
And Disco Fabulous.
Those pants, man. Peter Pan in hot pursuit. G.I. Jones, apex jump, stays on his feet. Thinking about calling it off, but Peter Pan also got through. That pass looked like a wash. We're going to go ahead and do it again.
Of course, Peter Pan is coming up really tight behind Jones.
Jones got his hands to the hips just before he went out of bounds. Once you go out of bounds, you cannot follow up that jam. That would not be proper.
And frankly, even if he was inbounds, the ref said, or out of bounds, the ref said it is called off. Once the ref calls it off, it's done.
The Derby Chip and Wheels or Heels. Lead fundraisers at Virgin Zero Cost. The Derby Chip, Wheels or Heels. Summer King Derby.
That brings our score to
62-30. Rollermite jamming once again.
We got an active scorer on Team Freddie. Just coming right up behind Rollermite. It's number 90.
Watch out, Team Freddie has taken the front of the pack. They're going to speed this thing up. It's up to Team Bowie to get one of those blockers, peel them off, and get control of the pack once again. Redgill will work with in the back. Here comes Rollermite though.
Rollermite says, I want to break free. He does, coming up into the pack.
Destroyer with a big old whip to Cuban Missile.
That's what
Cuban
we like
Missile
to
trying
see.
to call it off. She's not the lead yet. Rollermite is though.
But Rollermite takes it down to the penalty box.
Yeah, Rollermite goes to the penalty box. That's going to give Cuban Missile lead active scorer here.
That is our notorious RED penalty box, and yet Rollermite is kicked out almost immediately.
Yeah, maybe that was just a cut violation. Penalty, there's no cut penalty immediately here in USARS. That just means you have to recycle to the rear of the pack. Maybe Rollermite just realized that he didn't have to sit, he just needed to recycle. No penalty, but I think some points were scored. Yes, up 1 points for Team 1. That is Freddie. 63-31.
Triple A pads. Triple A, the highest quality protective gear, so you can safely lift your boots.
And Rollermite is back on the track, giving us another shot against Lady Killshot.
Rollermind is the black star. In more ways than one.
That was so necessary.
It was. Lady Killshot jamming once again for Freddie. Rollermind's got Peter Pan to beat up front. Good fluid, the black pivot. The Rollermind is out.
And Lady Killshot gets knocked down, but we have Peter Pan as your active scorer for Team Freddie.
USA Roller Derby teammates are going to be gauging each other. Somebody's going to score on that pack first.
Some glorious dramatic gymnastics from Lady Killshot as she tries to get her balance back.
Jam called off. Peter Pan got through there. Looks like he got to the front. We'll see who got the points. I see 3 for Bowie and 2 for Freddie. 3-2 jam win. Team 2 is going to get some points back here in that jam.
Trixie Be True, Fierce, and Thrifty Fanny Pack. Stay or remain on your side.
Get it? On your side.
On your side.
And back jamming Princess Harley Quinn. Making an active effort towards the inside for Team Bowie.
And Willow is jamming once again for Freddie.
I want to say I'm very impressed with whatever sticker Team Freddie is using for those mustaches.
You gotta sport the mustache, man.
You gotta, but that is some unsweatable glue.
Willow hits the deck. Gonna have to get through that pack once again.
And second shout out to Dazzler going with full cop stash and cop glasses. That is dedication to the cause.
Both jammers up front. Looks like it's going to be Willow's going to be the first one to win the race.
And indeed, lead active scorer goes to 3-4. Did I get that wrong?
Destroyer penalty. She's going to sit for the required 30 seconds. Harley Quinn is out and active.
Willow is just assessing where she needs to get to. She's behind her own pack.
And watch out, Team Bowie has taken to the front of the pack.
They don't want to be a point. They know where it's at.
Willow just needs to pass one of them, and she did. That's with, oh, out of bounds, can't call off from there. That's going to allow Princess Harley Quinn to take over the lead position. She spots it, she picks up some points in the meanwhile. So that was 1 point for Freddie. And yes, 2 points for Bowie. That's a 2-1 jam win once again for Bowie. Slowly creeping up here. 8 minutes remaining here in this first half of play.
USA Figure Roller Derby and Slalom.
And guess what? That's what you're watching right now.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, USARS Nationals are taking place right now, not here. Lincoln, Nebraska, USARS Roller Derby had their Nationals a couple months ago, or a couple weeks ago rather. All the rollers are national champions once again.
Spectacular. And number 411 for Team Freddie is taking the lead.
She's active, she's not a loser, she's a leader. G.I. Jones, the Bowie pivot. He can get his way by Peter Pan, he'll be eligible to score. And Rollermind's up there too. Rollermind's going to go ahead and let G.I. Jones get out there. Active for Bowie, but very far behind. It's going to be 3 points. She saw Rollermind ahead of her and said, nope, not going to do that. But still, 3 good points scored for Team Freddie.
Wicked Skatewear, bringing you the largest beer you can find to the boys at the Wicked Skate Shop. That's right, bring the largest beer you can find to the boys at the Wicked Skate Shop.
What's in it for you? You're going to find out when you get there.
You're going to get a wicked awesome climb.
And there's Rollermind again. Yo, dog, you let someone else jam?
And Scarlet Danger holding fast to the front, seeing if she can pick up the active status if Rollermind comes through.
Eastern is also working away front for Freddie. Jam, just the pivot to beat. Rollermite right behind her, and I think we're going to have ourselves a jammer race if this plays out the way I think it does. Nice block to the outside by Roadkill Will. Rollermite shrugs it off. Both teams want to have out of play called up front. We got ourselves a jammer duel, Destroyer versus Rollermites. 3 Bowie blockers in the back. That's advantage to Freddie. Watch that pack action. Now all those Freddie blockers taking the front. Destroyer manages to keep a foot in bounds before she hits the deck. Calls off the jam successfully and wins the jam. Is that a thumb I see? Yes, 3 points.
3 more points for Freddie. Come down 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Score stands 73-36.
Team Freddie is leading.
So wait, is Destroyer?
Yeah, Destroyer. She's not on the list, but I know she is.
You see who she was.
Yeah.
And Monster Maggie using her teammates to try to get through. Still within the middle of the pack as Cuban Missile becomes the lead active scorer for Team Freddie.
It's like one of those Freddie blockers. Ivy Beach has a little skate issue there in turn 2. She's going to literally sit this one out as she rectifies that. Team Freddie is scoring. Out of play call up front. Monster Magpie do get through and become eligible, but very far behind as Cuban Miss L is working her way, getting those points.
And unfortunately,
gotta be on the track. There you go.
The opportunity for one kind of score since the pivot is in the notorious REP penalty box.
However, that pivot gets to remove their helmet cover. As long as you are seated as a jammer or a pivot in the penalty box, when the jam comes to an end, you get to take off your helmet cover, serve that penalty as a regular old blocker, and allow your team to field a new position player in the next jam.
So full reset, bit of a scrum here at the curve, picking it back up, and
that's a Lady Kill Shot jamming for Freddie once again. And also, that's Princess Harley Quinn. She's making her way to the front. Just needs to clear the pack.
And DeFleur is trying to make her way to the front.
Lady Killshot versus Princess Harley Quinn. While those jammers are circulating, that pack wants to get into the best position. You don't want to be the caboose unless you're a knockout blocker.
And Lady Killshot seems to be saying, let's dance.
No red shoes out there, but there is a point scored by Team Bowie. Princess Harley Quinn managed to scrape that one off the back, or Lady Killshot could do the same. So 1-0 jam win for Team Bowie. Still ways to go there on the scoreboard though.
Be the net. Want to help save the life. Or make the natural speed today and patience program.
And on the up start line, that was Rollermite jamming. For Team Bowie, that's what he does, he jams. Willow very far behind in the rear, going against the rear 2-wall. But out of play called, that was too far back. Rollermite is your lead scorer and active for Team Bowie.
And Roadkill Will sees his opportunity, he was right in the front of the pack, so he becomes the active scorer for Team Freddie.
And once again, you see those hands over the heads by all the officials. That's to let everyone know that a pivot is out and scoring. But Rollermite is jamming for Bowie, and he's scoring hot knife butter points.
I have to say, it is a little harder to keep the wall together at this speed.
Midwest Brouhaha, save the date, 8th annual Midwest Brouhaha, June 2nd to the 4th, 2017, hosted by the Bruce City Princess.
Adam Starling once again is Rollermite once again. Might as well put up a little cot and sleep there, he's there so much.
And that's why you need jumping in Derby, when someone turns into a fallen log in front of you.
Very important to work on those jumping skills. Cuban Miss L gets a little whip on the outside. She's going to be your lead active scorer. Rollermite still mired in the pack. Bowie pivot way in the back. Freddie in a really good position here. Rollermite's going to try an apex hop. Peter Pan says, no sir. He's going to try all once again. Cuban Missile on her scoring pass, first time through. All that action in the pack. Yeah, but she got hit out of like misanthropy. Escorted her out of bounds, so no cut there.
And she got a little confused with that no penalty, no pass, no penalty.
Yep.
Hand gesture, so she stepped out again for a moment, then agreed she could come back in. She's still ahead. Didn't cost her much.
Yeah, only got 4 points on that pass to do that. No pass, no points. No pass, no point, no penalty.
Still got a smile on her face, still playing derby.
And that's the end of the jam. Looks like we got ourselves a timeout being called.
They want to get one more jam in here before halftime.
Seeing 2 signals being, 2 seconds rather being signaled by the game timer there. So we're gonna have a timeout and one more jam here before halftime.
I think it's edge because derby should just be better.
All right, looks like a quickie timeout. We're gonna get this last jam in here before halftime. Rollermite.
One thing I like about the RollerCon timeouts, they tend to be awfully short.
Oh, watch out there. The Bowie bench almost got a face full of Bowie.
I think that's a dream of mine, but we can talk about that later.
That'll be a dream of Rollermite if he can get some points for Bowie here on the scoreboard for halftime. Willow's in pursuit. Rollermite's making it look easy. Probably because it is easy when you got that help from your pack.
Rollermite, don't stop it now. Well, no one is stopping him, so it's working out.
Oh, he's going.
He does want to break free.
Willow is active, the pink pivot for Freddie. She is also scoring, but Rollermite
wants it all.
He got it all. 5 puntos por Rollermite. That's French.
That's so fancy.
That's a much needed point
For Team Bowie.
That's going to bring our
Halftime score. Team 1 is Freddie. They've got 82. Team 2 is Bowie. They've got 50. We're going to take ourselves a 10-minute halftime break and be back with more USARS Roller Derby action here on the Sisu competition track number 1 at RollerCon.
So it's a system problem.
Welcome back again. Am I good?
Welcome back to Bowie versus Freddie. We have started once again for the second half of this bout.
Yep, 30 more minutes of USARS Roller Derby action. Emphasis on roller derby action.
Emphasis on action, action, action.
So we have some jammers. They're wearing stars. That's Destroyer for Team Freddie. She's out and active and scoring. Well, not quite scoring. She has to get around and lap the opponents.
And the pack is picking up the pace. The pack is fast with
Now, once again in USARS, either the black pivot or the black jammer now are eligible to break and score. But Destroyer's going to put an end to that. She's going to pick up 1 index finger. No, 2 index fingers. Ha, ha, ha.
187 killer pads. Damn, have you seen the Vagine review with knee pads? Those bitches are ridiculous at making protective gear.
On the Adam Star line, we've got ourselves. Adam Star line, we've got ourselves another matchup of Cuban Miss L and Princess Harley Quinn.
There we go, young Americans.
Miss L is out, and that's Genocide pivoting for Team Bowie. She is the active scorer for Black side. And that jammer in the pack for Bowie now is a regular old pivot, so just ignore that black star. Miss L's going to take an inside dive.
Another one bites the dust.
And that jammer race resulted in a 1-1 washout. But what an exciting and fun. Oh, Doogie Felser says 2 points for Bowie. 1 out of play in the back, so it's a 2-1 jam.
That's another pickup for Team Bowie. It's Team 2 on the scoreboard. 85-52
here early in the second half. That's Rollermite rolling for Team Bowie.
We've seen a lot from Rollermite, and actually what we usually see from him is just gliding through. Looks like Lady Killshot's making him work for it this bout.
Those Freddie blockers want to really anchor that front of the pack, which is a big advantage here in USARS play. See Peter Pan working at the front, make sure he is the dominant pivot.
And he's trying to brace against not just his own players, but the opposing pivot.
Deflowered for Team Bowie. Working their way up to the front as well. If you're at the front as a pivot, you have the biggest advantage defensively as being able to hinder the opposing jammer, but also offensively in case you need to break out and score. As Scarlet Danger for Team Bowie is going to work her way toward the penalty box.
And it looks like Team Freddie is discovering a Rollermite script tonight, because he is not just gliding through, he is working up against a very solid through wall. Of course, his teammates are breaking that through wall up.
Tough defensive jam. Oh, Willow's getting a big old whip to the outside. She's going to take that head of steam. Oh, big pile up.
And Rollermite just jumps over that like a frog over a log.
That was like, there were like 2 or 3 jumps there at the end. Rollermite is finally out and active.
Well, we're out of time here in this jam.
Only 90 seconds to work with in USARS. Started with 2 minutes on the clock, went down to 30 seconds. That's 90 altogether, and that's the end of the jam on time. Tough defensive jam, but not for lack of effort on both sides.
Adam Stage, colored Q4 boots.
Yeah.
Go for your favorites for a chance to win a free color lapel boots.
Hey, speaking of Adam, they're sponsoring the start line, or the jammer line, or whatever we want to call it. Thanks, Adam.
So thank you, Adam. We couldn't start without you.
I see what you did there. G.I. Jones is the jammer for Team Bowie, and looking fabulous, I might add.
And he seems a little cross-playing. He's got a mustache and Bowie shorts. I don't even know what to think.
Hey, we love both Bowie and Freddie.
It looks like he's been making out with the other team. Got a little mustache exchange.
Destroyer's jamming for Team Freddie. G.I. Jones, apex jump in turn 1. He thought about calling it off.
He's a starman.
Yeah. Just a clarification in USARS, you gotta hit the hands of the hips at least twice for a successful call off. So let's see if they'll try that again. He's gonna do a 1 foot through. Destroyer hits the deck in the rear. Nice block by Monster Maggie for Bowie.
A Destroyer practically crawling off the track at the end of that jam.
Even though they're going fast.
That's right, Black Widow wins. Athletic apparel with urban appeal.
It appeals to the urbanites.
Score stands 89-57.
Once again, Team 1 is Freddie in the pink. Team 2 is Bowie with the black star. Hey, look, it's Rollermite again.
We seem to have seen him quite a lot today.
And dude knows how to jam.
Yeah, I wonder if he ever slows down, because he's been skating a lot at really hot top speed.
Rollermite's coming up on Lady Killshot
Lady
pretty
Killshot
quickly.
gives out a cry of distress as she sees Rollermite coming up behind her.
And Rollermite, he gets through. He's the leader of the jam. He gets the privilege of calling it off. And I see a 3-2 score.
Yes.
And that's 3 points for Team Freddie and 2 for Bowie. Oh, out of play call, so it's a 4-3.
Damn. That's an advantage for Bowie. 93-61 now. At the start line once again, it's Cuban Miss L in the pink.
Princess Harley Quinn in the black.
Harley Quinn pushing her way through the front, only one blocker to beat. Destroyer, the big old whip. Hold on, don't want to slide out of those whips. Cuban Miss L is lead and active for Team Freddie.
And about 3 times we've seen Harley Quinn almost get through. That pink wall has been tough. She had some help with one of her blockers, number 1, Pigeon. Pigeon is able to get his jammer through. She's come around the mountain.
Here comes Miss L, Cuban Miss L, scoring in the pack. Looks like she already passed one. She's gonna bust her way through, step on through that 2 wall.
That's some very fine violence there.
And all 4 points scored for Team Freddie.
So lead up a little bit.
And you know, that last jam was a perfect example of great pivot play in USARS. Destroyer, the Freddie pivot, at the front of the pack, able to seal off defensively while give an offensive assist to her jammer and secure that 4-point scoring pass.
And once again, we see Peter Pan trying to make it out as the pivot up front. He gets his jammer through. So we have...
That's So Fonda Drama, number 411 in the pink.
And she's coming out like a speed skater with that one-arm swing.
And Gage jamming for the first time for Team Bowie, but she's going to play defensively as Deep Lure breaks and is active for Team Bowie in the black.
Before she can even come around to the back of the pack, the jam is called.
Yep, so Fonda Drama picked up the 1 point, but saw that rolling 3 wall in front of her and thought better of it.
That's great. You should go visit them at their Blood and Thunder booth and tell them more about how you would find this car.
Jammer on jammer action. D-Star took the inside for Team Freddie.
And Rockefeller for Team Bowie.
Inside, outside, either way it's effective. Both are out and active and jamming. And they both want to score, but you look at that pack. Don't be the caboose.
And Rockefeller's going full space oddity. Check her face. She is determined.
How the heck did Destroyer get around that? They were on the straightaway and she still jumped the inside apex on the straightaway, no doubt.
It was magic.
3 points
Magic.
with that wonderful leap of effort, although Team Bowie did pick up 1 in the back.
Body breakdown, movement, and nutrition. Here's a level 50. Learn how to recover, store, and refuel through movement, massage, and nutrition.
You might notice these jams are coming at a pretty fast pace. Another fun thing about USARS is that they don't wait for the full 30-second reset. If everyone's ready, they just blow the whistle, play some roller derby.
Once again, we see a great kill shot against Rollemite. Rollemite is just taking the outside, knocking kill shot to the inside. See if he can take the lead from her.
Remember, the literal jammer or scorer in the lead is the lead scorer. So that can switch between both teams, just like it did right there. Rollemite is now lead on the jam. He's going to slip to the inside.
And Killshot gets stuck behind him a little bit, not to the inside of the track. And Peter Pan is trying to get that together.
Rollemite gets hit to the outside. He's going to lose lead jammer's spot temporarily. And now they're all going to the outside. Slowing down a little bit there in the back. Rollemite finds his way out the front, at least ahead of Lady Killshot. That allows him to haul off the jam. 2 points for Freddie, but all 4 points scored by Rollemite for Team Bowie.
And they shared a little bit of laughter. That's what I like about roller derby. Bring competition a bit, roll it together.
Bomb skates, lighter, stronger, faster. Fully heat multiple, and good weights and FXX medium.
We can build it. We have that technology.
Great.
Hey, somebody needs to tell these skaters to slow down a little bit. We have to mention the Adams start line, but they've already skated very quickly away from it.
Well, I've also noticed that hardly any of them have gone to the notorious RED penalty box.
I think we've only had, what, 3, 4 penalties this entire game?
I believe 3, if I'm counting correctly, which I may not be, but it's not more than 1 game's worth.
All right, look at that action at the front of the pack. Forward position is everything here in USARS Roller Derby.
And Cuban Missile gets hit to the very back of the pack. She's got to pick up her speed to catch up with these people.
And pack definition is starting to get a little harder to find here in USARS. It's a 10-foot pack proximity and no engagement zone, so you got to be really going tight to that pack to make sure you're in play.
And Princess Harlequin is doing what she can. Get around. Oh, and she makes it to the first lead active scorer.
Harley Quinn saw that the Freddie pivot, I think that's Willow, number 934, was going to be able to break out and find her, but she went ahead and said go for it. And now we got the jammer race on, scorer race on, this is USARS, the jammer and a pivot. I know it's weird, but that's how they used to do it. back in the day. But that's how they're doing it now.
We've seen Willow in either the pivot or jammer position for this entire game. This means she's been doing a lot of scoring skating, a lot of very fast skating.
Princess Harley Quinn was able to get hips in front of opposing hips. You got to do that before you're eligible to call it off, even if you are lead.
2 more points for Team Bowie. 102 now to 68.
Coming up on halfway through this second half.
So Team Bowie really is
D-Flirt and Safana Drama were lining up on the wrong jammer line. And the USARS jammer line is actually a few feet forward, but it's okay, we all make mistakes. Hey, Safana Drama.
Safana Drama is taking a very fast lead.
Very fond of the score stats. Whoa, watch out!
Trips her own self with no blocker to stop her.
When you're really going that fast, sometimes you can trip up yourself.
It's the toe stops.
Rollermite is pivoting for Team Bowie. He's going to make him stay out and active, but very far behind. That's going to give.
So Fonda Drama has a definite advantage in this match.
And she's going to go ahead and call it off. Not sure she got all the way. Nope, they give her all 4 points. 4 points. More for Freddie Mercury's roller derby team.
Skate save. You wouldn't block alone, so you wouldn't walk alone. That's skate save. 702-530-8775.
And on the skate start line, we've got G.I. Jones. Looking dapper. His tuxedo and his mustache. Hey, look, he's going to be, yes, the active.
And with great positioning, we have the Orange Whip as the other active scorer, not lead.
Yeah,
he's feeling like he can't take that, so passes that off to Jammer.
And a little confusion there at the front. The pink pivot was out of play up front, so they could not break and activate. But once that pack came to 10 feet, they were eligible. So the pivot had to go instead of the jammer.
That's right, so good and take it.
G.I. Jones was a lap ahead, but he went ahead and made sure, got some safe points for Team Bowie. 2 points scored for the Black Stars. And once again on the out of start line is going to be Peter Pan. Rare jamming appearance for Team Freddie. Princess Harley Quinn jamming for Bowie. They're rather far in the back. Peter Pan, no problem at all getting the active score after a lap and a half. Princess Harley Quinn, the Bowie jammer, Energizer Buddy, the Bowie pivot. Either one of those can break out and score. Peter Pan.
Doing some excellent work there while the pink wall is holding back Princess Harley Quinn.
So difficult to get into a defensive wall. USARS.
That was a lovely attempt at a block by Safana Drama. Unfortunately, it doesn't land, so they take themselves right to the inside.
And don't let that pivot strike fool you. Energizer Buddy for Team Bowie is scoring, or attempting to score. And Peter Pan says, no, you're not going to score because I'm going to put my hands on my hips and call off that jam.
4 points on that last scoring pass. It should be a total of 9. He scored a 117
for Team Freddie in pink.
74 for Team Bowie in black.
Popular jammer matchup is Destroyer versus Rollermite. Rollermite makes the better of her lead active scorer. However, Destroyer, don't count her out. She's pretty quick.
Destroyer just says, hey there, here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. No, wait, that's a different man.
Remember, in USARS Roller Derby rules, an active scorer must pass an opposing blocker in some capacity in order to call it off.
And they are doing identical skate patterns, even mirroring each other as they the back of the pack.
Team Freddie finding themselves as the caboose. That's going to give Rollermite a chance to score. He's going to slip on through. He's going to go for them all. Score of 4 points for Team Bowie, but Destroyer managed to pick up 2 in the rear. Smiles all around, but 2 more points for the Black Stars.
If at any time you want all at RollerCon, please look for a RollerCon volunteer in a pink shirt. They are here to help you.
We are your friends. We want your help.
There's that Rollermite again. You already know about him. Cuban Missile for Team Freddie.
Didn't we just see this guy jamming?
He's alright.
I think he has boundless energy because skating this fast for this long. This is his second 30-minute half, and he's jamming most of his the jams available. And if he's not jamming, he's pivoting.
Well, you know what? Those jammers are boring. Let's talk about those pivots. Peter Pan for Team Freddie, Deep Blue for Team Bowie. Well, look at that action at the front. Being on point in the pack, top of the pack as a pivot is so very crucial here in USARS. You see Peter Pan attacking the front of the pack. He's going to take the top. Deep Fleur is going to try to get that position back, but there's lots of Freddie support at the front of the pack.
But Peter Pan is bracing against everyone there, and he's got some support from Safanda Drama to make sure that he stays in position once he gets past so that he can become the lead active scorer should that become necessary.
30 seconds or less remaining in this jam. 90-second jams here in USARS. Not much time to work with in these defensive struggles. Rollermite's finding his way toward his USA Roller Derby teammate, Peter Pan.
The Cuban Missile is still in the back, which means that Peter Pan should become the lead scorer for his team, but I don't think that there's been a pass enough yet.
Nope, Rollermite cut the track on the inside, but here in USARS, that's not a penalty. That's just a slap on the wrist and a trip to the rear of the pack. 90 seconds of a lap, no score, but again, not for the lack of action in that pack between both teams.
We always need dicks. Find out more at BCI and get your discounted tickets for an easy dick. That's the volunteer center rep information.
On the out start line, that was G.I. Jones once again for Team Bowie in the black.
Jones almost taking out the audience with that skid. Thank you, safety first.
Peter Parcher, first jamming appearance for Team Freddie in the pink. He's out. Double whistle signifies lead active scorer here in USARS. Lots of blocking support at the front for Freddie. Get that lead as big as possible. Yeah, Jones managed to slip through that defense, however. Both jammers out and the race is on.
This is the first time we've seen Peter Parker out as the active lead scorer. So it'll be interesting to see what his technique is.
Out of bounds, can't call it off from out of bounds. He's going to lose his lead position. G.I. Jones. G.I. Jones makes his way through. 4 points, he's going to call off the jam. Points to the heavens. Shout out. Shout out to David Bowie. David Bowie, the Salvier.
Please remember that your skates are the last thing on and the first thing off. Safety first.
Scores tightened up a little bit. 119 points for Freddie, 82 for Bowie.
Less than 9 minutes remaining. This is still a game.
It is still a game.
Well, it's a game no matter what the score is, but when I say a game, I'm implying a close game.
You know, I'm not subtle enough to understand implications. You have to spell things out for me.
Okay, so when the score is really close with both, oh look, they're playing roller derby out there. Rollermite's jamming for Bowie.
Oh, gorgeous apex jump.
Yeah,
Gets a very strong lead with that.
Yeah, that only bought him a second though. Peter Pan right behind him on his tail.
And Rollermite says, "Come on, Peter, come catch me."
Rollermite scoring in the pack. 1 foot down, 1 foot up. He's going to hop, skip, and jump. Hands to hips, going to call it off, but Peter Pan looks like he's saying he scored them all, but no, he only scored one.
And he takes umbrage at that single score.
Yeah, Peter Pan wanted 4. They only gave him 1. 4-1 jam went from Bowie, and I tell you what, it's starting to get a little closer.
Hey, I wanted a pony. No one ever gave me one. Sometimes you don't get what you want. We got both pivots close to the front. Excellent positioning.
You don't want to get too far up front, though, else to be out of play, and then you're no good to anybody. That's Sonya Blade jamming for the first time for Team Freddie in pink. It looks like Princess Harley Quinn again for Bowie in black. Just because they're jamming now might not indicate they'll be jamming later. It all depends on how those pivots come into play later in the jam.
It gets knocked to the inside, comes right back in.
That's the balance here in USARS, is that it's a lot easier to play defense if that pack is moving fast, but it's a lot harder to play offense if that pack is moving fast. So it's basically, you want to go as slowly as possible, as fast as possible, as slow as possible.
The one difference in terms of getting your defense together is it's a lot easier to do individual defense, a lot harder to do group defense.
Absolutely.
Getting a 3-wall against a jammer here is well nigh impossible, but I noticed the Team Freddie's making an effort to do that.
Freddie's got their jammer out. It's going to be Sonya Blade. She is scoring. Down she goes. She's going to lose lead status. That's going to give it to the Bowie pivots.
Genocide.
And lost lead.
Lost the lead. She tries to call it.
That's Sonya Blade out front now.
And Sonya Blade tries to call it from the outside. She is out of bounds.
Somehow someone manages to be legal before calling it off.
Well, that's what they both wanted. So I feel like it worked out.
Yeah, here in USARS, you need to be in control of yourself in order to be in control of the jam. If somebody makes a swell defensive play on you and hits you out of bounds, well, tough cookies, you can't call it off. You gotta get your teammates to help you stay on the track and take advantage of that lead position.
Roller skate on the track only, please. Please do not skate in the hotel. Thank you.
If you want to lose your pass, Grace skates in the bathroom. We will take your pass away if you keep skating in the bathroom.
Well, you might have noticed the Bowie jammer in the last jam, Princess Harley Quinn. She was acting as a blocker in that last jam, and she went to the penalty box with the star on her helmet. However, here in USARS, we try to make sure that both teams have their jammers and their pivots out there at all times. So she got to remove her helmet cover. As you see now, she's coming back onto the track as a regular old blocker.
You see how Kick-Ass has made her way back up to the back of the pack. She took a nasty fall, and unfortunately, in this speed of Derby, it takes a while to rejoin your team.
And one solid hit at the rear of the pack at the right time, you become a point. And we got ourselves some jammer on jammer action as RollerMan going to take care of Roadkill Will and buy himself a few seconds to work in that pack unopposed. Seconds mean everything here in USARS. And whatever you can do to get yourself that time to work with.
As Roadkill Will comes up the back, he does get 2 points.
Yeah, RollerMan was a little bit lazy there in the back and he's laughing it off. That's actually a jam loss for Team Bowie, a 1-2 jam loss. That's 2 points for Freddie, however, courtesy of Roadkill Will.
Oh, I like that we have Roadkill Will and then our official Papa Roadkill.
They're all in the same family. You might have ascertained. G.I. Jones is going to push his way forward. He's the jammer from Team Bowie in the black. Watch those pivots at the front. If you're the pivot at the front of the pack, you have an advantage both offensively and defensively and roller derby.
And Jones has stopped making out with the opposite team. He's lost his mustache.
Peter Parker manages to get by that defense. Right carefully not on play. That Bowie pivot cannot break because she is too far in front. So she's going to have to recycle. That's going to give Freddie unopposed jamming time here. Freddie is taking the dominating position at the front of the pack. Oh, that's going to give Bowie some time to reconstitute some defensive walls. G.I. Jones to do some jammer on jammer action.
Doing his own defense. I don't need no blockers for defense. I got my own.
All right, so it looks like they're going to have the Bowie pivot be the offensive hope here.
And Peter Parker just looks a little bit resigned and amused in the situation.
You gotta pass to the opponent. G.I. Jones gets dumped to the infield.
He gives a chicken wing to the officials to say there's probably a penalty involved.
Peter Parker looking what to do. Looks like he got sent to the penalty box.
Probably for an elbow.
running out of time here in this game. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the whole thing. 1 point scored by Freddie in that previous jam.
125 to 87 with a great score. Maybe 2 more jams
left to go.
RollerCon reminds you to please thank volunteer. Without them, this wouldn't be possible.
Thank you, volunteers.
All right, and you might be seeing that Peter Parker is sitting in the penalty box, but this time as a jammer. In order to take off your helmet cover in the penalty box, you got to be sitting in the penalty box when the jam comes to an end. He was a few seconds too late, so no jammer for the first 30 seconds of this jam for Team Freddie.
And Rollermite's approaching the front. We can see that Pink Team is trying to make that happen.
And now you see Rollermite. Now this is a good strategy if you're playing defense up front as a jammer. Was counting on the defense of Team Bowie to kind of suck the pivot back into the pack. That didn't happen. But in the meanwhile,
Team Pan flying behind Rollermite.
Team Freddie's taking to the front of the pack.
Rollermite takes a very graceful inside, calls off the jam, but he even gets 1 point to Peter Pan's 2 points.
Yeah, this time Peter Pan got his points right. He wanted to and he got to.
And we have a Big Team timeout.
That's going to give us 1 more jam here at the end of this game. At least 1 more jam. Let's give like 7 more jams.
And we've got Best Frenemies up on the line. Got Rollermite
And Destroyer.
and Destroyer. Tell they enjoy the competition with each other because they're equally fast and sneaky. Speaking of sneaky, Destroyer is able to cut through the inside line to become your lead active scorer.
Yeah, Peter Pan playing the pivot role defensively perfectly, not letting Rollermite get through easily. Rollermite though, ooh, that's going to work through turn 3 and 4 backwards. Out of play call, that's going to give Rollermite the pass he needs to get out and active. Bowie pivot going to the penalty box. Destroyers get all those points. She wants to keep going though. Why not? No, she wants to call off the jam. Why not?
Looks like the clock is just winding out.
Well, it looks like that's going to be it for this game. And we've got ourselves a final score. Team 2, that's Team Bowie in the black. They've got 87 points. There are winners here on the Sisu competition track in this USARS Roller Derby rules game. Team Freddie, Team 1 to take 131 points. Let's give everybody a hand.
Thank you for coming out today. I have been Maimy Eisenhower.
I'm WindyMan.
And I'm Simstar.
And if you're interested in seeing some more USARS Roller Derby, over on track2smartderby.net, they've got a USARS challenge bout tomorrow, I believe at 2:30. It's left shark versus squad goals. So if you like what you see and you want to see some more, go check them out there tomorrow. But for now, enjoy your RollerCon.